guys, it's Susie from HeyGrillHey.com, and today we are going old school. Not like regular old school, like Renaissance fair old school. We are making monster smoked turkey legs. You know, the ones that are pink inside. They've got that hammy flavor, amazing texture. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Let's get started. The recipe that we are making today is for 4 pounds of turkey legs. Now, when I first made this recipe, I could only find smaller turkey legs, so I did 4 1-pound turkey legs. Today we are doing the behemoths. I have 2 2-pound turkey legs because the weight is the same. The recipe for our brine is going to remain the same. It's a pretty simple process. Brine, dry off, and then throw them on the smoker. So we're gonna start with the brine because it has to sit for about 24 hours. I have 4 cups of cool water. To that, I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of salt, a teaspoon of pink salt. This is Prague powder, also called curing salt #1. And this is what's going to give us that pink hammy texture when we smoke the meat tomorrow that we're looking for. We're also going to be adding in 2 bay leaves and a tablespoon of whole black peppercorns. Give that a whisk because we want to dissolve the brown sugar and the salt and the curing salt. All right, our liquid has dissolved all of our salt and our sugar. Now it's time to distribute. And my favorite way to brine these turkey legs is actually in a bag. It requires less brine because the bag's gonna hold the moisture right up against the turkey legs. If you're doing the smaller turkey legs, you could probably fit all 4 in one bag, but because these guys are so long, I'm gonna do 2 bags and then divide the brine evenly between each bag. These are so big. They're gonna be so fun to eat. Turkey legs in the bag. I'm just gonna give my brine one more quick stir. And then carefully pour half of the brine into each bag. Since we did 4 cups of liquid, we're gonna be looking at about 2 cups per bag. Okay, and before you seal this up, I recommend trying to get out as much air in the bag as you can. One of the perks of this is that it's gonna keep that moisture in your brine totally surrounding your turkey legs. See? Moisture above and below. Beautiful. I'm happy with that. Pop these onto the sheet tray. I'm putting these on the sheet tray because if we have any leakage from our bags or drips, I don't have to worry about, you know, raw turkey juice going anywhere inside of my refrigerator. And I do recommend flipping these about halfway through the brine time so that we make sure they're even. And then it's just super easy to do on a nice open sheet pan like this. And then these are gonna go into the fridge and they're gonna brine for the next 24 hours. So we'll see these beauties tomorrow, get them onto the smoker, and have some gigantuan turkey legs to eat tomorrow afternoon. All right, our turkey legs have been in the brine. They're ready to come out. We're gonna give it a rinse in some cool water really quickly just to remove any of the peppercorns or bay leaves. And then we can season them up and get them on our smoker. Our turkey legs have been rinsed. They are ready for our next step. Now in the original recipe, which is kind of like a Disneyland copycat of these giant turkey legs, these are simply pat dry, put on the smoker at 275 and left to smoke for about 1.5 to 2 hours that's for like the smaller 1-pound drumsticks. These guys are biggin'. So I'm gonna be cooking these at 275 today. I think they'll take us about 2 to 2.5 hours. And I'm going to add an additional step today because I really want some nice dark developed color on the outside of these. And because I'm cooking at a higher temperature, I plan on eating the skin. So I want to get some seasoning on there. So I'm going to be giving these a nice shake on both sides with my sweet rub. You can grab this in my store, or you can use your favorite barbecue seasoning. This one is a brown sugar based. It's awesome on all things barbecue, poultry, pork, you name it. Today we're going to put it on some turkey legs. All right, these guys look good. They're going directly on our grill grates. Today we are using almond wood, which is a newer wood that I've been experimenting with. I really like it. I think another nut wood like pecan would be awesome on these turkey legs, but I also really like a maple, an alder, an apple, or a cherry. Any of those like fruit or sweet woods I think are really good with turkey. So these are gonna go right on the grates. Like I said, at 275, I estimate these will take about 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm gonna keep an eye on them with an internal probe thermometer, and in the thickest part of the meat, I'm looking for a temperature of 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready too. Our turkey legs smell so good. They've been on for about 2.5 hours. Remember, the internal temperature we're looking for is 175 in the thickest part of the leg. Stay. I think we're about there. Yes. These guys look perfect, but in addition to the temperature being ideal, you'll be able to see, oh, that's hot. The meat has pulled back from the bottom part of this bone quite significantly, and that means that the tendons in there are starting to shrink and melt down. They're gonna be so good. Now I can put this on my butcher paper. So I'm putting butcher paper under here because these guys are pretty juicy and I don't want them sitting in any of the moisture because I want this skin to stay pretty intact. So I'm just gonna put it right on our pretty paper and it'll draw away any extra moisture or grease. Oh, 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 oh. Holy cow. These look awesome. There's no way you're not gonna feel like a caveman eating one of these. Now, because our turkey legs spent the time in that brine before they went to the smoke, when I take a bite, the color and the texture that you're gonna see is going to be different than if it was just a plain turkey leg that you had smoked. The brine is gonna give us a really hammy texture and flavor. It's gonna have a little bit more of a springy chew to it, and it's gonna have a really great saltiness. I mean, can I eat this whole thing myself? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can. Should I? Probably not, but that wasn't the question. It was if I could or not, and I believe that I can. This is such a fun cook, especially this time of year when turkey legs tend to go on sale right around the holidays. Snap these up. They don't taste like traditional turkey, so they're not going to give you the turkey burnout. They're really hammy, really moist, really awesome. I hope you guys give this recipe a try at home. If you do, you have to snap a photo because who doesn't want a photo like this wielding a giant turkey leg? Post it online, use the hashtag #HeyGrillHey, that way I can see it and cheer you on your journey to becoming a backyard barbecue hero. Now, if you don't mind, you have to leave because I'm about to do some things that I'm not particularly proud of.